This holiday season, help Soldiers for Stockings improve the morale and welfare of members of our armed forces deployed overseas. Now through November 20th, there is so much work to be done, and you can help in many ways. Download the stocking pattern from stockingsforsoldiers.org and start sewing today. Volunteer to help decorate and assemble stockings. Donate Christmas candies, snacks, nuts, chips, drink mixes, DVDs, books, magazines, lip balm, toiletries, and other items needed to fill the stockings. Or help make packets of snowman soup, hot chocolate, to send along with the stockings. For more information, patterns, and a list of items needed, visit stockingsforsoldiers.org. This holiday season, help send our troops a touch of home. For many, it's all they will receive. All stockings need to be completed by November 20th. So get started today at stockingsforsoldiers.org. That's stockingsforsoldiers.org. Stockings for Soldiers, sending stockings filled with joy to our soldiers in harm's way for the 9th consecutive year.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom133.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom133.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom133.com. Go to freedom133.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom133.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Then get on board with the Tax Admiral and let us steer your way to financial freedom.
The IRS is the largest collection agency in the world. They can freeze your bank accounts, seize your car, home, will garnish your paychecks and benefits.
Don't take on the IRS alone. I can fight for you using industry secrets that can help stop the IRS. I'll cut your penalties, slash your interest, and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company with over 30 years experience helping people clean up their mess with the IRS. And we have a 95% customer satisfaction rating.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS, are facing an audit, a lien, or levy, then call me right away.
Call 800-646-6985. Again, that's 800-646-6985. 800-646-6985. 800-646-6985.
The following letters were written by our troops.
My dear fellow Americans, I truly appreciate your support. I was starting to wonder if people had forgotten about us over here, but then one of my buddies showed me this website, and now as tears are streaming down my face, I can see for sure that you haven't. Private Emily B., U.S. Army.
It's so heartwarming to see the American people not letting the men and women of the armed forces be forgotten. Your letters make a group of grown men, battle-hardened and gruff, act like a bunch of kids around a Christmas tree. Thanks. Staff Sergeant Matthew H., U.S. Army.
Your support may be the most important thing our troops can carry with them. But don't take our word for it. Take theirs. To show your support, visit americasupportsyou.mil. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Defense and the Ad Council.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-595-2614 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 595-2614 to take your call now. Call 800-595-2614. That's 800-595-2614. Again, 800-595-2614.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind. Ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. We leave no warrior behind. Wounded Warrior Project is a non-profit organization created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war. Whether those scars are physical or mental, we're here to make sure that they heal. And whether it's helping those with post-traumatic stress disorder live a normal life again, or giving much-needed support to injured warriors in veterans' hospitals. Because no one deserves our help more than the men and women who risk their lives to keep us safe. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind. Ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Zinc Media. Feel the power of knowledge. It is I, your lovable host, Fellow Rod, coming to you live from my bunkerized home studio somewhere within the great granite state of New Hampshire, where the state motto is still live free or die. It is not big government or bust, and hopefully it never will be, although they are trying. It is a Thursday here, December the 3rd, year of our Lord 2015. As we get closer and closer to the weekend, the number that you can call this evening is 603-835-3224. Let me tell you something. It is I have been chomping at the bit, just waiting to get on the air tonight. You know, listen to it. I've been listening to the news and to all the stuff surrounding the terrorist attack out in San Bernardino, California. Yes, I said terrorist attack. I cannot believe how many people, even people that I thought were moderate and conservative, how many people out there are saying that, well, we don't know if this was a terror attack or not. I mean, are you kidding me? I can fully understand how liberals out there might want to obfuscate it and push it off about terror. And did you hear about what the White House said? The White House said about if we had meaningful gun control, then it's possible that we wouldn't have had the terror attack in San Bernardino because they wouldn't have been able to get the guns. It is not that we have a small minority in this country. I mean, a vast minority. I like to say vast minority, and that means really, really tiny. But they are so vocal, and they're in positions of power in the media, so they can espouse their extreme leftist minority views on the rest of it. And it makes the rest of us sort of seem like, well, this must be the mainstream thought. So, I mean, we've got the guy out there in California, whether or not what he said is accurate, what is really true, you have to stop and think about it for a second. When the neighbor said that he saw all of these packages and this activity going on in the house, and he didn't report it because he didn't want to be construed as being a racist. Well, where would he get that notion from? He would get that notion from the left constantly telling people that if you disagree with Barack Obama, it's because you're a racist. If you don't want to save the refugees and bring them into the United States, the Syrian refugees from the Syrian civil war, then you are racist. If you don't let in other Muslims and other Arabs into this country, then you're racist. If you constantly berate or look at black people or people of color in a negative light, even when they're doing something illegal, then it's because you're a racist. So they've been pounded over and over and over, especially white people, because of white privilege, white male privilege. This is a white guy out there in California. They have been pounded and pounded and pounded by a vast minority of the liberal left, telling them that whatever they think, do, or act upon, it is simply because they're nothing more than a racist. Now, these people who are running around thinking, well, I'm not a racist, I'm not a bigot, I'm not a homophobe, I'm not this, I'm not that, I don't want to be, now they're thinking, I don't want to be thought of that way, which is a bunch of bullshit. Yes, I said it. Stop being freaking afraid of these leftist idiots who mean absolutely nothing and who have the absolute most minority view in this country. It doesn't matter if they have the microphone. It doesn't matter. Nobody's listening or watching them anyway. Stop being afraid to stand up. We've got the stupid liberals out there in Washington, D.C. telling us, if you see something, say something. But people have been so browbeat into believing that if they say something, they're going to be labeled a racist. Well, stop being freaking scared of saying something. Now, I'm not one that goes out and says all of a sudden, you start reporting on your neighbors all the time. I'm not talking about being a brown shirt. That's how Nazi Germany got started. I'm talking about when you really think you see something that is out of the ordinary. And this guy, evidently, from what he says, and I've seen him interviewed a few times, he talks about all of these Arabic men going in and out of the place all the time. And all of these packages arriving. This is not normal activity. So you look at who it is. You look at what the people that are coming and going are doing. You look at all the different packages that are coming and not leaving the house, and you start putting two and two, and you think, well, maybe there might be a need for somebody in authority, in those who are in law enforcement, which I hate that term, to take a look, just to knock on their door and see if everything's okay. But he was too scared about being labeled a racist from the extreme minority liberal left. This nation has gone off its rocker if we are now starting to live being more afraid of being called a racist than actually going out there and talking about stuff that is actually happening. And, we have all these people on the radio today and on the news, different news organizations and outlets, including Fox. Well, we don't have enough information yet to really say if this is a terrorist. We don't know if this is a terrorist attack. Yes, I'm going to say, and I'm going to jump the gun and say this is a full-blown terrorist attack. Look, we were told these attacks are going to be coming. And you got the president out there saying, oh, no, we have all these wonderful immigrants and these refugees from all over the Middle East, not just Syria. They're already here and everything is fine and hunky-dory. We have no credible threat. What did I tell you about credible threat? The government says there was no credible threat. And yet we just lost 14 lives in the United States out there in California. So much for their no credible threat. And what they keep finding is mind-boggling. These people, they got mad about something and went home and changed and came back and blew everybody away. No, this was planned. It was so well. The only problem is that some part of their plan didn't come through because there was a technological failure. They had pipe bombs. pipe bombs were strewn all over the place that they just shot 14, and killed 14 people and wounded and injured another 21, I think is the latest count. And they were to be set off remotely. They had remote detonators, but for whatever reason, those detonators or that whole remote system failed. Can you imagine if they had succeeded? They would have blown up the entire office building with all the pipe bombs that they found. Do not tell me that there was no credible threat. Do not tell me this was not a terrorist attack.